This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Brian Edward Hill, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Good morning, everyone. Up to 88. We got it up to 88 miles an hour.
We're going back to the future.
Gotta get back in time.
Your kid, Philip. Your kid.
What? Did they become jerks or something? Anyway. Yeah, it's already hit the fan. All right, everyone. Let's get right to it. Capes and Lunatics starts right now. Hello and welcome to the Capes and Lunatics. I am Phil. We're marching to 100. And who are we? Joining me as always, that handsome man over there is...
Charlie, the Professor Esser.
And that dangerous mutant in the X-Force shirt over there is...
Hey, y'all, it's Little Hellfire.
All right.
She's part of a paramilitary organization.
As we all are at some point in our lives.
She just likes big guns and pouches. Oh.
Who doesn't? What do you keep in those pouches?
Shark repellent.
Exactly.
I was going to say ammunition. If you've got that size of a gun, man, you're going to be burning through ammunition. All right, so let's get to it. Wilf and I already discussed it on Before the Bat on Thursday, but Charlie, Gotham.
Yeah. Okay, so Gotham. So that little kid set those bombs. And if you don't realize that already, you're just not paying attention. Because because you got to look at this like, okay, if I'm a criminal, evil, genius mastermind.
As you are.
As you are. As I am, yes. That's why I'm the professor. You know, you want to get all your pieces moving about the board. And what do we get at the start of last episode? Why we get, poor little urchin boy. Oh, all of my friends, they're all locked up in the tunnels and they're all dying. Could you please help them, sir? And it's like, hey, we're up to 88 miles an hour. Of course, people are coming back from the Victorian era. And you know what's funny is I never realized that actually there's actually supposed to be like an important point about 88 miles per hour for the time travel experiment. I always thought that was just the number that he had set the device to go active at, but actually it's about the kinetic energy that you have in that moment at 88 miles an hour, which is why you still had to get it up to 88 miles an hour, even when...
In the Old West.
Yeah, even in the Old West. So I was saying, why don't they just reprogram it? Because you actually need to get to 88. Anyway, but... Episode 88. So he gets Gordon to go in there and bring all these people in, which of course opens up Haven, which opens up everyone, which leads us to the Penguin having to come in, causing all the problems. You get Penguin's redemption arc when he realizes nobody likes him, and Penguin just wants to be loved.
By Edward.
Penguin. No. Yeah.
Well, Enigma, not the dog.
Well, yes. But, you know, he wanted, his dog chose him in the end again. His dog still loves him.
His dog's unloyal.
Yes. Anyway, but then he makes, and then little kid frees Ed, or not Ed. Frees Gordon, and then he makes him the deputy. He's allergic to pineapple, we find out. And
we then all are. Pineapple does not want to be eaten. That's why you get the tingle. Sorry.
By that notion, then habanero peppers don't want to be eaten. Oh, okay.
Plate steel, bro.
Then they shouldn't taste so good. You know, it's a very bad evolutionary trait to have tastiness as your defense mechanism. I'm just throwing that out there. Pigs, you brought it on yourself. Oh. Anyway, moving right along. And then, makes the little moppet Deputy Thomas or whatever. His name was Thomas, right? Will Thomas or something like that. And then all of a sudden everyone's outside and then all the bombs go off.
So who set the bombs, Charlie?
The little kid set the bombs. The little kid is, he's either working with Jerome or he's working with Ra's al Ghul. And I think Ra's al Ghul is still a part of this because my big fan theory is for how they write out Babs. She's Talia's mother, and that's how they're going to end the season. Is her and Raz get back together, and she says, "If it's a girl, let's name it Talia."
Lilith, go.
She's speechless.
I'm telling you, no.
No,
Okay.
it's so hammy. It's something Gotham would do, and I would just literally find Danny Cannon and shake him like an angry mother who hasn't had sleep.
Yeah. No, but it makes perfect sense. If you're going to have someone to be Talia's mother, Babs is the perfect person. She has a relationship with Roz. Roz clearly caught some feels for her. And not for nothing, if there's a person to give him his heir, the person who has held whatever that dark shadow power was seems like a perfect choice. And yeah, I think that, and as we've always said, this is a story about villains. It's not about Batman. This is not Batman's origin. This is the Penguin's origin. This is Edward's origin.
This is the Iceberg Lounge's origin.
Yeah. I mean, and Penguin gets his origin. Penguin gets his redemption arc after he's been stupid for so long. Kept coming back and realizing I can work with Jim Gordon, and in proper mobster style, the way the Falcones had done for years. We can work with the cops, and we can maintain order in this city, and we'll make a little cheddar on the side.
To quote PewDiePie, that's how Mafia works.
Exactly.
I don't understand the meme, but it's all over all my subreddits, so I'm just going to throw it out there for the kids.
PewDiePie is very controversial. I don't know if you want to be associating with him right now.
He's always been controversial. It's just everybody, all the sheeple are waking up. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Don't feed the trolls. Where is my drop, Philip? You sleeping?
Anyway.
Feed the trolls.
Request your own.
I made him get up early today. That's my fault. I wanted more time after we're done podcasting to do other things. So.
What other things, Charles?
I still have to watch Punisher. I have to finish watching Deadly Class. Highly recommend.
Yes. Do you read the comic book? Because I was actually going to bring that up today. It's on issue 36. It's not too late, Charlie.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if this was like a one-shot graphic. Now I didn't know it's an ongoing. Who's it by?
It's Image Comics, and I forget who does the art and the writing. But yeah, it's an Image comic.
Well, yeah, I really liked the first episode. Because I missed its first air, but I saw it was coming on like again at 2 a.m, so I set up the DVR and it recorded it. So very pleased by the first episode. We'll have to watch the second. If it makes it past 3, it's doing better than Krypton. And
Tyler would like to have a word with you.
You know,
it's not for everybody. I get it. Just like Gotham isn't for everybody.
You know what it is? It's not like there was anything wrong with Krypton. I enjoyed every episode I saw, but sometimes you don't get that time and that ability to just catch. Sometimes, even when you like a show, you don't get to watch it.
Yeah.
You know,
Charlie's a Marvel fan. What does he care about Superman's grandfather?
Well,
Philippi cakes. I thought that totally would tickle his fancy.
well, I love that he's the only man on Krypton who ever wore a cape. Like I said, that's my big thing.
There are no fancy boys here, damn it.
Yes. Superman is descendant of fancy men. Yes. Yeah, but I really liked the first 3 episodes. I wish they'd done more with, like I said, a friend, I'll be honest with you, a friend of mine suggested that the old German D should become like a sigil for the unhoused, as this, and I got really mad that didn't happen. It was like one of the times where like a random fan idea didn't get adopted, and it kind of really bugged me that it didn't because it was so obvious.
Like the Arrowverse, they don't do fan service, they don't do pandering.
But it's not even pandering. It's just a logical idea that you have this sigil that is new and different, but that anyone can have because it's not tied to it. And clearly, having a sigil is important in this culture. So why wouldn't this become a very popular sigil around Krypton? It just makes sense to me, and like that the writers didn't pick up on that after they put such an iconic image into it and then put it into the ether of the show. To not have it come back seemed difficult for me. You know, like, it seemed like that was a nice low hanging fruit to build your universe, and they didn't take it. And it's like, well, where am I going to go with this?
That'll help you.
TV shows in a nutshell. Hey, Philip, did you hear that Arrow is moving to 9 p.m. after when Legends come back? They're going to be back on Mondays, and they're going to be at 8 o'clock, like they originally wanted to do at the beginning of the season.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so Arrow's moving to 9 p.m. on Mondays in April when Legends comes back.
Okay.
And Black Lightning's going to finish out their season behind Arrow. So,
At what? At 10 or
no?
Now. Yeah. I knew that part. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, that those two seem more organically paired, but of course, Flash is the best show on the network, so they put everything. And so this ends like comic book night early by 1 hour because now we don't have Black Lightning Tuesdays at 9. We have some crappy Roswell reboot. So
yeah, we can put everything behind the Flash because
you millennials and your nostalgia. For like 10 years ago.
That Roswell was not my jam. I actually, I know like 2 people in my whole life that like that original show, and I'm just like,
yeah. Well, it was a weird show. I saw a couple episodes. You know, it was no original Nickelodeon's the Tomorrow People, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Oh, don't get me started on that reboot. Sorry, Robbie.
Yeah, no, those are awful reboots. Yeah.
But no, speaking of Arrow, did you see that whole thing with Kelsey Grammar is going to be on an episode of Arrow?
Yes. Oh my God, I cannot wait for this episode.
Episode 150.
Yes.
Is he playing Kelsey Grammar or is he playing another because he's the narrator of the documentary on the Arrow?
Yeah, that's his role.
Yeah, but like, is he playing it as Kelsey Grammar?
No.
Like, because that would be funny. It's like, I'm Kelsey Grammar. You may know me from such.
He's got a great voice for voiceover. I've been in love with Kelsey Grammar since Frasier. Like, I did not like Cheers, but Frasier was like, I was not a Friends person. I was a Seinfeld and Frasier person. So
yeah. No, Frasier was a great show, and him and Niles, great dynamic. But rest
in peace, John Mahoney. Like the whole cast.
Yeah.
Everything,
yeah. It's an amazing when you get 2 back-to-back successes like that, Cheers and then Frasier. You know, that's why Kelsey Grammar doesn't worry about people being mad at him for being a conservative.
Yeah,
he's like, I got money.
Producer too. He produces if you see his name on TV shows like as an executive producer or just a producer, you go, wait, what?
Yeah, he did Living Single.
He did Girlfriends too, and he does a couple of other things right now. So. Yeah, you're just surprised to see Kelsey Grammer's name somewhere. You're like, wait, what? That's what he's doing now?
Yeah.
He's looking at residuals, and I ain't mad at him.
These days. Yes, he's cool. But no, I just don't understand 90s nostalgia. I mean, I guess that was 20 years ago now. But it's like, really? You're going to reboot a show from, I guess.
It's the CW, too. So, they're trying to recycle their properties to keep the money in-house and... the whole thing.
I guess so. But, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for my beans back.
Burn that to the ground and give me an actual revival of Charmed. I'm just saying, it's what the fans want. That show's not doing good. Alyssa Milano ain't doing nothing. Holly Marie Combs ain't doing nothing. And can we just forgive Shannon Doherty already? Her spelling is dead. Bring back Brew. Okay, sorry. Moving on.
No, it's fine. I still don't know what the deal is with Shannon Doherty. Because everyone says, there's this bad blood, but then they recast her again in another role. It's like they bring her back, and then whatever happens, and they write her out. And I don't know who's in charge of that.
Okay, as much as I love Alyssa Milano, like I'm like ride or die for Alyssa Milano, so I can call her out. I've been a fan since she was the boss. it was her fault. She said me or her, and you know they were like,
yeah.
"Oh, Shannon, you have the reputation, so it's more believable." Goodbye.
Do you own a copy? What was it? Teen Sweat? Alyssa
TV.
Milano. Her
Teen Sweat?
workout video.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Alyssa
No
Milano's
workout videos
video.
allowed in the house.
Okay.
No Jay
I just
Fonda,
didn't say you were a
Richard
fan.
Simmons.
She
No,
did
no.
have an 80s workout
I'm
video.
not a boy. I think teenage boys bought those more than actual girls that wanted to work out. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I think you would not be wrong. It would not surprise me if, when they do Guardians of the Galaxy 3, if we see that there's a little VHS copy in the
Make it so.
Oh Lord, Chris Pratt. Oh man, the Alyssa Milano workout video. This place, if he had a black light,
Like The Office. He's like, this is how I lost all that weight.
this place, if he had a black light, it looked like a Jackson Pollock.
Kill up.
Not for nothing.
They said it in the first movie.
Yes. Not for nothing. He does. Did say in the last movie, it's a wake up call. He's got to lose some weight. Got to get back into Marvel form. What better way?
Here, Charlie Uster
Kill a
say
Teen
2
Sweet.
cheeseburgers away from going back to what he was.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. You lose that weight, and then everyone is always just waiting for you to fall off of it. You see, you just maintain the weight. Everyone just says, "Oh, you look like you lost some weight." I say, "I know. I lost a pound." I'll find it though. Don't worry. I haven't given up hope yet. It's
All right.
somewhere.
So anyway, I know Charlie didn't see it. Lilith, did you watch any Punisher yet?
Yeah, I think I got to the first 2 episodes.
Okay, I watched the first one.
Yeah.
A lot of sex and violence, and I only saw the first episode.
I mean, I'm a fan of it, and if it's gonna be the one Netflix show to do that,
Yeah.
it would be The Punisher. So, yeah.
And for those of you who like those Daredevil hallway fight scenes, we got that fight in the bar that started in the woman's room and spilled out into the bar.
I'm sorry. I just have to mention this. I just need to throw this out here. Person of Interest had better fight scenes, and that was on CBS. I'm just saying. Jim Caviezel for Batman.
I think only old people watch CBS.
Oh!
Hey man, I've been watching Walker Texas Ranger with my grandma, and I remember when CBS stole all the ABC's Friday night lineup. I watch NCIS because y'all know Mark Harmon can get it.
I was going to say, why
I know.
CBS, right?
I know. I just say that every time I say something is good on CBS, Joe says, "Oh, that's the old people network."
It is. I'm old. I don't care. I'm a curmudgeon, Charlie. I've embraced that since forever ago.
Grandma Hellfire needs her weekly dose on Mark Harmon.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Criminal Minds is ending. I was shocked. 15 seasons is a good run, though.
Yeah.
There's nobody I even know besides freaking the girl that plays Penelope Garcia at this point, though. So, and Spencer. I think those are the only 2 people left from the original cast. So it's time to move on.
But yeah, Charlie, the Punisher was good. Is basically Frank Castle rolls into town, basically falls for a female bartender. Then there's this mystery with this teenage girl who has something that some mysterious guy wants, so he sends his people to get it. Was it a laptop or something, Lilith? And
a laptop, sure.
Yeah,
compromising pictures of
maybe.
They said, I actually saw the first 15-20 minutes of the first episode. So yeah, and he's some kind of religious dude because he puts a little cross on the guy's neck when he chokes him to death.
But then at the end of the episode, we see what's her name, Agent Madani, visiting someone in the hospital who had a skull ski mask on, and then as she walks out, his eyes pop open.
Yep. That's
Punisher's great, man. I wish we could keep it on Netflix, but we all know the deal.
Well, you know what?
They're giving people 3 days to enjoy it. Just binge it, and then they're going to break the news to us gently. Kids, Mommy and Daddy have to talk to you. It's coming. It's okay. We'll always have the residual.
I'm just waiting for the people online, once they cancel Punisher, they'll be like, oh, are they going to cancel Jessica Jones? Oh, I wonder.
It would be funny if they didn't.
I don't think they actually have a choice in all this, just to be honest with you. I think that kind of Netflix, although I will say this, it's I had a real hard time trying to watch The Punisher today. And I think it was just network traffic. I think it's a very popular show, and I think, it just came out, and I think Netflix is going to be regretting that they didn't try harder to make a better deal for their Marvel properties to keep and I know they like I said, I believe they're trying to play nice with Disney.
As you have to. There are mouse overlords deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think they would have really liked to have kept the Netflix universe going, but Disney is building their own streaming content, and so there's no, which is why I do think all of these shows will be on Disney Plus in 2 years. I don't think any of these shows are gone. I think that they will recover from the snap right after Spider-Man does.
I mean, I can see the Punisher pulling good numbers. I mean, it's the most grounded of the shows, and unlike those other, it's really not connected to any of those other shows, so you can really just sit down and watch
someone you could just really fight for, but
yeah. But you know what? I think the Punisher makes more sense in a superhero universe because you need the idea of a vigilantism being like a common norm in a society. I think you need that to be a superhero-centric world, because otherwise people are a lot less tolerant of vigilantes.
Yeah,
there's a reason why there aren't guys who just go around shooting drug dealers every day.
That you know of.
Well, other drug dealers do, yes, but
exactly. Don't make the news.
Well, it makes the news sometimes.
Except for that one time that it was a white guy. He actually shot him in traffic or something, and then he tried to say, "Well, he stole my drugs."
Yeah.
Oh my lord! Yeah, there was one of those stories the other day where some guy left his drugs in a cab, and then I guess I don't know if he tried to get them back, or those idiots call the cops. Hey, someone stole my drugs.
Yeah,
America.
But yeah. So, I mean, but here's the one thing that kind of bugged me about it, where she says she's in Michigan, and then she says, I'm at Lola's Roadhouse. Are we really only going to believe that there's only one Lola's Roadhouse in all of Michigan? It's a state with 2 different peninsulas.
Nobody goes to the UP. That's Canada. Everybody knows that's really Canada. It's Canada's secret hideout.
Like I said,
there's a whole culture of people. They're called Yoopers. They live up there.
I know.
Like I
they
said,
have wild and mysterious ways, but they do exist.
Charlie, I've only seen one episode, but I don't know how many resources this mysterious mastermind has. Maybe he sent teams to every Lola's Roadhouse.
Or maybe they just traced her phone and tried to deduce the look. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just did a little triangulation because it's a. Well, no, actually, yeah, because she called from a payphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she couldn't have gotten very far.
So,
especially with those Michigan Department of Transportation. Am I right, Michiganders?
Well, she said too. She says I'll be here tomorrow night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. It's one of those moments where you wonder, why don't they just pay her the money, take the photos?
It's the principle, because blackmailers will keep coming back. You gotta deal with the bad egg.
I don't think
Charlie,
this one is.
You came up with this theory when you're, on GammaCast. It's a Marvel live action. It's like, what? Have we tried killing her yet?
Yeah, that's where you remember. I used this as a criticism of that.
In real life, that's a thing. Blackmailers will try to come back if you don't handle them.
But it's also clear that she's not a blackmailer. She just wants to not have this thing and wants her money because people have been dying around her. And, and
just compensation, okay.
And yeah, you're right.
Yes, but if you kill her, you don't have to pay her for it.
But, but the thing is that, and she still thinks, of course, obviously, she's dealing with the guy who wanted this transported. She doesn't know that this is the other guy. So she thinks, look, because this guy, if she doesn't take the money, will probably, hunt her down and kill her. The way she's thinking of it, because, if I just destroyed it, then the guy's going to kill her. Because he obviously wants it. So he wants to give it to him, get her money, start a new life, get away. But this other guy, rather than simply giving her the money, which is less than obviously the blackmailer would have charged, because this is the person, just the bag person. You're paying them it's like 10 cents on the dollar that you're going to have to pay for this blackmail. and it solves all the problems, and the Punisher doesn't even have to get involved. You know, that's the thing. It's like, you know, intentionally doing something, because, you know, even though, yes, you know, you don't know the Punisher's there are superheroes in this world everywhere. And even if there weren't superheroes, you got super cops. You got...
Even in Michigan?
You watch, man.
Justice League Detroit, excuse me.
Yeah.
This is
He's gonna get some booster gold on your butt, man. He's gonna go back in time. It's gonna be 88 miles an hour.
One amalgam universe under Disney, under the mouse overlord. Just give it 10 years.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, when the Disney Warner's merger occurs, the AT&T...
Antitrust laws will officially no longer matter.
Well, they got 2 years to do it. Because we're going full-on communist revolution in 2 years. You watch it.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if we don't get guillotines in Times Square, I'll call that a win. You just get to a point where people are going to be like, you know, this is let them eat Burger King is not any better than let them eat cake. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now, and you're just throwing the wood on the fire. I don't know why you're doing that. It's like, this should be obvious, but, you know, I guess when you get that detached, it's not obvious anymore. You know?
Oh, Lord. If we...
Like the people who say, have we tried killing them yet?
I'm pretty sure that's how America was built. I'm on that philosophy.
We could live in...
Throw that out
We could live in peace with the Indians. Hey, have we tried killing them yet?
Yeah,
We
well,
tried
you know.
taking their land and murdering their women and children and salting the earth.
Yes, but just because it worked once doesn't mean the things that work in one situation are not always applicable in other situations.
Are we sure? I feel like that's the answer to everything, according to a lot of people.
Well, I guess if, and to put it to you honestly, when I talk about guillotines in Times Square, that is literally the ultimate evolution of the have we tried killing them yet? It's just you forget which side of the killing you wind up on. That's the thing. It's like eventually, it's like, you know. Louis the 15th says, "Oh, have we tried killing the peasants yet?" And then the peasants say, "Well, why don't we try killing the royals?" And that's
like
how you get a reign of terror.
He's like, "Respect your king. I didn't vote for him. Off with his head."
That's
and
not
that's
for
why
nothing.
we love France.
Exactly, man. I mean, this is where it goes, man. Communist revolutions happen all the time. And not for nothing, it's not like America can send in troops to quench a communist revolution in America.
All right. Yeah,
I was waiting, Phil.
as Charlie said last week, Mistress Hellfire has us on a schedule, so.
Okay.
Let's talk about Arrow really quick. Not Arrow, Flash.
Okay.
He saves every one of us.
Not that Flash, unfortunately. Trust me, I would much rather talk about that. That is my jam. Nora needs to go home. I'm sick of her.
Yeah, I was bored.
Next week's gonna be better, but this week was just...
I was bored with this week's episode. I'm just like, why did we take Grant out this week?
Because it was still from the crossover.
That's what I figured. And like, what was up with that car in like the screen?
With the emojis? I was just like, that user interface is terrible.
Why was the buttons for the weapon system on the screen emojis?
I took it as the stupid fob that she had turned it into easier to understand, like, emojis. But I was like, what's a vampire emoji? Like, what's that gonna do?
Maybe the meta, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's terrible. I mean, they spent all the budget on the Lamborghini. So, I mean, they weren't really worried about, I was like, a $10 app versus how much.
Did I mishear? Did they say that was built by Wayne Enterprises?
Yes, of course. No, Wayne Tech, I believe.
Wayne Tech, but they did say Wayne. Yeah, now that we have Batwoman in play. Yeah,
I was just like, interesting.
Wayne's a thing now.
Mm-hmm. Well, we might get a merger between Smoke Technologies and, things change. Time's malleable in this world. So, yeah. I'm really going full on for that Batwoman show.
So, basically, since Bruce disappeared, they're just selling all the Batman tech to
she stole it from Argus. I mean, it is, in that world, it is, Wayne Tech does sell to the military,
Oh, yeah, because
That
the
was their
orphans aren't gonna
secret.
kill
They wanted
themselves.
to be all like, we fund children's hospitals like Keanu Reeves and stuff like that. I just had to work that in there because I saw that in the news yesterday. So, Anyway, yeah.
Not secretly anymore. Yeah.
There's nothing secret in 2019. The government knows everything, and so does the paparazzi.
Yes. But Lilith, did you watch the next 3 episodes of Young Justice?
I watched the next 2. I haven't finished the 3rd one yet.
Okay. Oh, so you did see episode 8? Your girl made an appearance.
I know.
Yeah, Cassandra Cain. Yeah.
I was just like, okay, this is what we rallied for. This is what we petitioned for. This is all our hard work coming to fruition. Season 3 has been amazing so far. So.
Oh my! But it's getting dark. I mean,
season 2 was kind of dark too. So
yeah, I mean, episode 7 was good. We get kind of like an origin story of Vandal Savage and stuff, and
hashtag Young Justice did it better.
Not for nothing. Didn't a rock fall on him? Isn't that his origin?
Well, yeah. But it was kind of like his march through history and stuff, and him and his daughter are the light. And that's where the bad guys got their name. No, it was awesome because it was like, they've been keeping the heroes busy. So when an alien armada attacks, controlled by Starro, Vandal Savage has to defend the Earth, and when he can't do it all, he has to go to his good business partner Darkseid and be like, I need forces that protect the Earth.
I need friggin' help, man.
What was that? They said Vandal Savage started a partnership with Darkseid, and what was it, like the 13th century or something?
Yeah, something like that. I was like, interesting.
So yeah, he's been working with Darkseid for hundreds of years.
I think they're best bros.
Yeah. Well, doesn't Vandal Savage have the anti-life equation? Or no? I thought he did at some point, or was trying to unlock it. I know. I mean, it's something that humans can uncover because a human did uncover it once, like $1 billion bill or something, or Dollar Bill was his name, or something like that.
And was that? I don't know if was the episode you didn't watch, or if it was like 8. But did you see the birthday party where all the like the wives and Roy Harper clone brings all the kids to?
Oh man, no, I haven't seen that part yet.
Oh, that kid's because it's at Barry and Iris's house, and Impulse is like chasing the Tornado Twins around, who they're he's like a teenager and they're small, and he keeps calling Don. He's like settle down, Dad, and Iris is like, don't call him Dad. Spoiler alert.
Hashtag what the Flash could have been.
I was gonna say, thanks to time travel, teenage Impulse is chasing around his father, who's like 5 years old or something. But no, Lois shows up with baby John.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. It's nice to see some people haven't forgotten it.
But it gets dark because across the street, Ocean Master's like, he's planning to he's waiting for them all to show up. He's like, I'm gonna just like blow up the house with all their wives and kids in it. And then Lady Shiva shows up and she's like, yeah, no, the Light has had this plan since day one. It's our nuclear option. But she's like, with that, you have to expect retaliation. So you're not going to do this. So Lady Shiva decapitates Ocean Master.
Okay.
It gets dark.
In what universe is, I know, I'll kill all the incredibly powerful superheroes' wives and children. Then they'll be too demoralized to kill us.
I mean, forget everyone else. I mean, you're really going to kill Superman's wife and kid? Okay, that's not going to blow up in your face.
I'm just assuming you...
Somebody passing the red kryptonite, damn it.
I'm just saying, people are too damn reliant on kryptonite. I'm just going to say this right now. Don't worry, we got kryptonite, which has never killed Superman.
That's because nobody really wants to truly kill him. Just let Batman be pissed off enough on a bad day in this universe. I'm just saying, in this universe, Batman on a bad day is Joker. Okay?
So Lilith, you didn't see the meeting with Wonder Woman?
Mm-mm.
At Batman and and all the outsiders and Robin and all them are in the Batcave. They're talking to Wonder Woman, and I guess some of this, how the Justice League split up. Some of that's like an act because they're like, oh, we're kind of like the opposite of that, the villain group, the Light now. And Wonder Woman's like, oh, it's so So we're the dark now, and
Justice League.
She said, she goes, oh, are you guys ready to, they wanted plausible deniability because Superman even said to her, he goes, do you really want Superman to have to lie on the witness stand? Or,
Yeah.
do you want Clark to have to lie on the witness stand? And she's like, are you all ready to lie? And like Batman, Nightwing, and Robin are just standing there not saying a word, just like,
yeah. Well, although not for nothing, isn't Superman's entire life a lie?
It is. Honestly, as a reporter, his ethical responsibilities are out the window when he writes about himself. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Who's writing this?
We know this. But it's America, so it's okay.
Who's writing this, Bendis?
Yeah, fake news.
All news is fake. It all has an angle. There's no such thing as an unbiased news report. Just saying. Humans are biased by nature. It's a survival mechanism.
And Superman is super biased.
Yeah, for Lois.
Yeah.
No, he said biased, Lilith.
I'm just saying, man. It's just, but killing, I don't, at least Cobra actually captured the wives and, the brothers and sisters and mothers of the Joes and brainwashed them because they knew the Joes couldn't fight them. That makes sense. But just killing them?
Ocean Master's not the brightest. He's not Black Manta. He's second tier. I'm just saying.
But,
especially in this one.
Not for nothing, but if Vandal Savage is planning it already too, it's like, this is not a good idea.
Well, no, they said that's their nuclear option if they had, like, no other...
It's Plan Z. It's Plan Z.
Yeah. Well,
it's basically, I guess, if the Justice League, went nuclear first, that's what they would do. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's...
Only Flash can go back in time, and so can Superman. And Cyborg, apparently, according to
Superman's already done it in the movies to go back in time.
So it's like...
to literally save his wife, to literally prevent you from killing Lois, and then he flies and puts you in a jail cell. Like, literally picks you up, drops you down.
They weren't even married yet.
Yeah, exactly. Now they got a kid, and you think you think Superman's not going to completely rupture it. You know what Superman's going to do? He's going to go back, and he's going to
kill your mother.
No, he's just going to catch that meteor and says, oh, hi, little caveman, see this rock? You don't get to touch it. And then fly away. My rock now, Vandal Savage. My rock now.
I'll take my ball. I'm going home. You go to the Cartman, really?
Screw ass. All right, we want to talk some comics?
Yes, sure. Let's do.
Oh, Charlie, we never got to Fantastic Four.
Oh!
Great issue. Yes, let's discuss.
No!
Uh-oh.
No! Okay. As I said, Bendis did it better. Bendis... I said that.
Get out, Charlie. You're fired.
Okay, so they're redooming Doom, and they immediately make Doom an idiot, which...
As you do.
Okay, here's the thing. So, clearly, the Lifebringer Galactus is back to being the Deathbringer Galactus. And suddenly, Doom has all this power cosmic to give to somebody. So clearly...
He has siphoned it before. I mean...
Yeah, and clearly he's freaking siphoned power from Galactus, turning him back into freaking Deadly Galactus to give this lady superpowers. Oiga, Vault! It's like, this does not end well at all for you, Doom. And it's like, yes, and of course, as he uses the Crimson Bands of Star Trek, yes, as a diversion. And here's the thing, and Reed already knows exactly what Doom did. Because he's looking there, like, I was in another universe. I know he was the Lifebringer up until 2 weeks ago, you schmuck. He didn't just become the Deathbringer again. And here's the thing. When this plan fails, if Reed cannot turn Galactus back into the Lifebringer, Doom re-unleashed Galactus on the universe. Every death from now on is on Doom's head for something that Doom didn't even need to do. Because he could. He
didn't stop and think if he should. Okay?
Well, not even that. If he should, it's like he could have given this girl superpowers. Please, 1940s technology. He's done it many times before. he could have made her all kinds of crazy powerful. Not that hard of a not a big lift for Dr. Doom.
Is Doom trying to compensate for the whole Bendis thing? It's like, oh, I can't be good, so I'm just gonna go full on evil.
You never go full on evil. Everybody knows.
Yeah, and he's still. You know what? Here's the thing. I guess they figured now that Otto is actually a good guy, they have to have a stupid supervillain again, and they decided Doom would be it. A guy who's so hubristic, all of his plans are always going to gang on, whether a superhero shows up or not. And all the superheroes are doing is just trying to contain the immense collateral damage of this idiot Dr. Doom, who isn't even a real doctor. You don't get to take a doctorate. I'm not a doctor. I'm a professor because I profess.
For all you know, he's the best podiatrist in all.
I was going to say, he went to evil medical school. Come on.
I don't buy it. He only goes by
He's a dentist, really. That's the secret. He's a dentist.
He's like one of these maniacs who calls himself a professor and he doesn't have a piece of paper.
Professor Esquire.
You don't need a piece of paper to be a professor. You can get a piece of paper that calls you a professor. I could be a professor at Trump University. That is exactly as equivalent to the professorship I currently have. And mine is for free. So there you go. No, but a doctorate is a thing that you have to earn. And Doom never got it, man. He dropped out of New York State University. Not Empire State University. It was New York State University.
Because I cursed Reed Richards.
Yeah, exactly. Man, it's always somebody else's fault. That's the thing. It's like Otto says, you know what, I'm a scientist, and when an experiment goes wrong, I learn from it. I don't just assume I'm an idiot, and I'm always right. So, yeah.
You mean the Green Goblin approach. Okay.
Yes. Exactly. It's all someone else's fault. It's like, no, it's all your fault because you didn't. First off, even if Reed did mess with your math, maybe you should have double checked it.
You're basic.
Yeah. Before you go opening a portal to the Nether universe, maybe you should double check that math. Maybe you should, okay, now, I did this math before, but you know what? We're opening the portal for real this time. Let's just double check all of my I's and T's. No.
It's fun, and the art is amazing, so shout out to Aaron Cooters.
Yeah, the art was good.
So good.
As a story, it's a classic FF story.
Yeah.
Because it is, Doom's an idiot and doesn't realize it, and Reed Richards has to fix all of his stupid mistakes.
Damn, Meddlesome Richards!
Dude, dang, Meddlesome! He didn't have to do it. He already reconquered his own country. He's already beloved by his people. He doesn't have to defeat Galactus all on his own just to prove how cool he is. Because not even Reed Richards defeated Galactus on his own. He only defeated Galactus because the Watcher actively helped him, and the Human Torch went and got the freaking thing. Because we know that had Reed Richards gotten the thing, everyone dies, and that's how we get the Dark Rider. That's how you get Dark Raiders. Dark Rider. Dark Rider or Dark Raider?
I think it was Raider, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's something. It was the Invincible Man uniform. Which,
the 90s.
The 90s. But yeah, no, it's just, like I said, but, I mean, the thing is great in it as always, and everyone's in their own character, and man, Johnny is just really just got the flap sweats of I need a woman. Like, so, hey, new supervillain, you like my hair? Not even, I mean, I'm just saying.
I think there's a woman on the horizon. Who knows? If it's the one we've seen before, who knows? But
we'll just have him and Elijah get back together. Okay?
That's what I'm thinking. It's either Elijah or it's going to be somebody new. Yeah.
Or he should date Sharon Ventura.
Oh, jeez. Haven't him and Ben been down this road? And if she's still a thing, I told you, is there going to be like a weird Freudian thing where they're like, you're dating a woman who looks exactly like Ben?
Does not look exactly like Ben. She's
it's like
boobs,
the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, no, I know. She
looks like Ben Grimm with boobs. Okay.
Well, that's like saying all white people look alike.
No comment.
or all redheads look alike, or all,
Just because me and Charlie are both pretty, Lilith, doesn't mean we look alike.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I had to grow the mustache so that people wouldn't always
differentiate. Yes.
Gotta differentiate. You gotta have that difference because that's. Oh, I see. I'm the one with the mustache.
I haven't brought this.
He's gonna grow a mustache, commit a bunch of crimes. I saw it. It was Charlie. He had a mustache.
I can't get that pretty, but I haven't been bringing this book up. But Lilith, have you been reading Hawkman at all?
Yeah, kind of. I tried. I stopped at issue 4 though. It's on issue 8 though, right?
Yeah, this was 8 this week. Yeah, the whole premise is, he reincarnates, but this new series, Charlie, they've been saying not all of his reincarnations have been on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like his original life, he was basically helping slaughter like millions. So like that's I guess that's the new backstory that he reincarnates to try to save as many people as he helped kill. But this week they showed one of his reincarnations was on Krypton.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, why is Quasar on the cover of Hawkman?
How dare you!
Hey, what about that Quasar podcast?
Look at that cover. Yes.
Well, watch, see the headband on.
Headband, red shirt, yellow logo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They are definitely referencing Quasar.
I know, but no, like the present day Hawkman goes to visit his Kryptonian his past self on Krypton. And it's like 2 seconds before it's like a couple minutes before the planet blows up.
Oh, great timing!
But I guess back in that lifetime, he was like, well, he knew the L's. He was like one of Supergirl's teachers and stuff, and
yeah, because there's only 3 families on all of Krypton.
Yeah, I know, Zod.
Pretty much.
It's like an entire planet, and it's like one city. They all live in one city.
Well, the whole planet's one city is the way that I've always pictured it.
Yeah, Kryptonopolis, or isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Kandor and Kryptonopolis.
Yeah, the Twin Cities. And, yeah, what? That's why I bring it. He said, "What? You got another one? What do you want if I take this one?"
The football rivalries, I tell you.
Yeah. Although, do they actually deal with anything about there not actually being any real powers on Krypton?
Well, yeah, 'cause they're under a red sun. So they don't have powers.
Yeah, exactly. Or even if they did, everyone has the same powers. So it's like not even that exciting, Okay, so he was on Krypton, and he's traveling through time because why not cross my own timeline where I'm reincarnated? Because that's going to have no possible ill effects in the universe.
Well, he's looking for clues to some mystery, and it's they're all buried. There's like different pieces in different lifetimes and stuff.
Okay. They're trying. It's not like grimdark. I like that they took away the grimdark aspect and made something a little lighter. Like they're trying to learn. They're trying to learn. I can appreciate that, but I'm not saying on it.
I guess what it is I guess comic books and time travel are just a little odder than like more self-contained time travel stories, because I think that because of its ongoing nature, the time travel becomes much more
muddled.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
a bleeping mess.
There was what show was I watching recently? Well, of course, I'm watching Future Man, and that does great time travel.
I finally watched the first episode of Future Man because so they finally Hulu's been plastering the ads everywhere, and I was like, oh wait, Seth Rogen did this. I love This Is the End, and it told me that this is the end vibe. So I was like, I'm in. So yeah, I watched the first episode. I think I'm going to stick this one through.
Yeah. The third season is going to be amazing because Seth Rogen's actually in the third season.
Oh my god, I have to.
Sorry, spoilers, but yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, well, when you get to the second season,
they show you in the trailer. Yeah.
So. But that's in the second season. But so it's really exciting, But there's another show I was watching recently. It was actually a kids show that. Milo Murphy's Law has great time travel dynamics in the way that they handle time travel and time duplicate. There's some great little things about the physics of time travel, because it's all about the physics of time travel and where paradox can occur and where paradoxes cannot occur. And they're very consistent in how they deal with them. And I feel the problem with comic books is because there's so many writers and everybody gets into the time travel mess, nobody has a consistent agreement, because there's no Jim Shooter around anymore, to say, here's the physics of this thing. This is our uniform physics. These are the rules you have to follow when you go back in time. So people just do everything, and so it just, it's like, it may be a great episode, but I know that it's going to cause problems later. You know? No, Milo is Murphy's Law, by the way. Really fun show. If you want,
like Netflix or something?
No, that's on Disney XD. It's Weird Al Yankovic is the voice of Milo Murphy, and he is he's from the Murphy family that is for whom Murphy's Law is
misattributed. One of the most misattributed things.
Yeah, but the idea, and they did that in this season's premiere where they did the Phineas and Ferb crossover.
Oh, that's adorable.
This is by the same guy who does. This is by Swampy Marsh. This is
okay.
This is his sequel to Phineas and Ferb, and basically they say that as Phineas and Ferb exude these things that alter reality so that things work out, Milo exudes these powers that make everything go wrong, and then they sort of harness and weaponize it, and it's great. But there's a lot going on. There's a lot of it's like Steven Universe level backstory. But they tell it in such a fun, light way, you don't even realize that there's all this universe building going on. Whereas, when Steven Universe builds a universe, they say, we're building a universe right now! Which is still good, because it's a great universe. I love Steven Universe, although apparently a new episode came out and I didn't even know, because they're so inconsistent with these cartoons. But that's Cartoon Network, that's Warner's. They just drop these things whenever they feel like.
Surprise! They think they're Beyonce. You think you can just drop a surprise episode on us?
Disney is ordered and structured and say, okay, this is when the next season comes. So I knew about Milo Murphy's new season coming, as well as, and actually they got me to download the Disney XD app. Disney's other app that they give for free to just get you to watch your shows. So, ad-based.
All right, we only got a couple minutes, so can I complain about Superman #7?
Please do, sir.
Did you read it, Love?
No.
But it's Bendis, so she assumes it was bad.
Well,
Twitter ruins everything.
Yeah.
Even though I love Twitter.
Well, young John Kent shows up. He's like 17 now.
We saw that. Didn't we call that? Didn't we say that?
Yeah.
Said that.
And Superman's like, what happened? He was like, what happened? And because John's like, I've been gone years, and Superman's like, it's been 3 weeks.
I told you, it's the angel effect. We totally
know. Exactly.
Well, that's the whole thing, and it's even like, how did this happen? And Superman's like, how did this happen? And John's like, oh, we went through a black hole or something. So it was.
Yeah. And actually, it's the Franklin Richards effects. Fantastic Four did it first.
But then after they
long lost father takes your son on an adventure.
Yes.
Comes back a full-grown man for no particular reason.
But after they meet up with Lois, they do the flashback of when, John and Lois left with Jor-El. And again, why did they leave with this guy? He claims he's Jor-El, but I don't think they ever proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Yes. And then after, I don't know, she sees, Jor-El and John in some battle, Lois is like, oh, I can leave. And she leaves. And it's like, okay.
I was really expecting him to really love Lois and make her basically Jessica Jones 2.0. I don't know why he didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why. She can't be with Clark while she's working on a book or something. It's just like
I guess he could. I guess there's a mandate that Lois Lane can't be an alcoholic, so he couldn't. He's like, I can't work with that.
But then it's like, they're like, oh, John, why are you back? Oh, because we have to do something. Grandpa's gone insane. No kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't notice from day one? Charlie doesn't even read these books, and he knows Jor-El's probably crazy.
Well, yeah.
Well, obviously he's evil. He's been alive this whole time and never bothered to stop in on his son. Really. And then he's like, oh, I've been secretly monitoring you this whole time.
And again...
So don't ask what happened to your mom, by the way. Because Cody, I survived and you survived. Your mom,
well,
that's upgraded. I'm just saying.
Well, they said how Jor-El survived. It was Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
Pulled him off. He pulled him off of Krypton at the last second. Yeah.
Okay. So Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, that wasn't even a Bendis thing, but but Bendis is like, oh, I'll play with him.
Yeah, well, Bendis does try to clean up other people's messes, although but he's literally. He is literally stealing
Tony Stark's parents. Take a drink.
No. Well, okay. But this is... But this is literally, and I just realized that now, this is literally what they did to Franklin Richards in the 90s, just before Heroes were born. They had long-lost father Nathaniel Richards come, take the son, bring him back a few decades later.
Teenager, yeah.
Yeah, and, after training him to be a super warrior, it's like, if you're going to steal from the Fantastic Four, you really want to steal the 90s Fantastic Four?
Hey!
I like them. I'm just saying, they are not necessarily seen as, like, the classic. They are definitely...
They're not the classic, but that's some good...
Well, it was when they made a lot of great and dynamic changes to the Fantastic Four.
Charlie's like, don't steal from Byrne.
Was that Byrne?
Well, no, you were saying, yeah, no, or yeah. No. Are you saying you want them to steal from Byrne or no?
Well, I'm just saying, don't steal. That's how you got into this whole Dr. Manhattan problem in the first place, was Alan Moore not being able to create any ideas of his own and just having to steal other people's.
Alan Moore, Perich, take a drink.
No, I actually believe that Alan Moore did make a deal with the devil. He is a magician after all. And that's why all of his successes eventually become undone.
It's like whoever wrote Home Alone. I totally get that. I believe that, yeah.
How are we not more YouTube famous, Lilith?
We're working on it, damn it.
Look, here's what you have to understand about Alan Moore's career. He gained incredible popularity, not with creations of his own, but with parodies of other people's creations.
See a man get drunk and bash Alan Moore.
Twisting someone else's ideas into a parody of that idea, becomes super famous, and then all of a sudden everything starts going south for him. He gets into angry fits with people because he's filled with hubris and other sins. And everything he's done since then, it's always taking someone else's ideas, reworking them, becoming incredibly famous, and then alienating everyone around him. He has this core cultish group, but he never really gains what he ever truly wanted, which was true love, just like Penguin. So
he's gonna get it with Jim and Nigma. Watch.
Hell.
Anyway, no, I want to talk about Black Widow #1. Did anybody read it? It's basically just Kill Bill, and I'm very disappointed.
Okay.
Literally, the tag for it is she's back from the dead and mad as hell. I'm just like, I hope the movie's better.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear they may make it R-rated?
Yes!
Ooh.
It might be ScarJo nudity.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, and that since they have a woman with a butt, yeah, I guess they're gonna use it.
You're gonna leave Brie Larson alone.
Yeah,
okay? Some people just don't like to do nudity. Like Lena Headey has a body double on Game of Thrones. Plenty of people body double.
They're looking for a butt double.
That's just a rumor. Who knows if it's even true?
Yeah, but
it might have even just been some troll putting something out there because they wanted to say Brie Larson doesn't. Just like they did with Gal Gadot, her boobs aren't big enough to be Wonder Woman. It's like, really? That's your takeaway from Wonder Woman, that her boobs need to be bigger? It's like, no. Brie Larson is
feminism.
There's nothing wrong with Gal Gadot.
I think Gal Gadot is a wonderful Wonder Woman. I think Brie Larson's going to be an excellent
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. She was great in Glow, so I got respect for the woman. Love Glow. I'm waiting for that next season. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know if that's true. But yeah, I guess her proportions are not 90s comic book style. As it turns out, she cannot turn her body completely around.
Is this probably how they got in live action Squirrel Girl? Is that what you're saying?
Well, to be honest, Squirrel Girl does have squirrel-like flexibility, but you can do that with CGI. You could do a Squirrel Girl, but they got to build to that. We've got a lot of animated Squirrel Girls now.
Yeah.
So, all right, our time is up. Our time is up. We have to keep to the schedule. Mistress Hellfire says so.
Oh, pick up Conan the Barbarian #2. I'm totally obsessed. I'm glad that Marvel has the rights back. They're actually doing it.
Charlie just won.
Yeah, I got one I'm getting to today. And I'm so excited for this. I haven't gotten the chance to read it yet, but it looks like
it's amazing. The artwork is so fantastic. Like, this is everything. If you're a Conan fan, this is everything that you want.
Yes. Conan was like my first Marvel book.
All right, well, it's time to go, Lilith. Don't make you yell at yourself.
Okay, wrap it up. Hit the
All
button.
right, everyone, send us your thoughts on the shows, the comics. Charlie S. and I talk Spider-Man Far From Home trailer on Super Connectivity. Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com.
Then what are we going to talk about on Ultimate Spider-Cast?
I didn't talk to you yet about it. And besides, we're reviewing the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Remember?
I know, but we're going to do the news too.
Okay, we can. All right, so follow Capes and Lunatics on Facebook, Twitter @Capes Lunatics, Instagram Capes and Lunatics, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38 Capes. And Lilith, where can people talk the news with you?
If you want to fight me on the internet, the best place to find me is to @me @LilithHellfire on Twitter. If you want to hang out on the gram, @LilithHellfire86. And if you want to talk superheroes or Smallville or, Superman, you can find me @SammyPod on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and or Facebook. I don't know if I said that. Anyway, moving on.
Fight me, nerd.
All right, and the handsomely mustached Charlie Esser, where can people get a hold of you?
Well, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way the way our mas and pas once did back in the 90s, or even the 80s.
When they turned all the way around.
Yes. Or you had to get to 88 miles an hour to go back in time. At superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at the gmail.com. Well, actually, at gmail.com, not at gmail.com. Put the D in there, it's not going to work. And, of course, follow me on Twitters, even though I haven't been able to live tweet anything that I said I would. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEssesser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing.
There we go.
All right, real quick before we go, honorable mentions go to Batman Who Laughs #2 and Detective Comics 996.
Batman Who Laughs has fantastic art.
Yes.
And keep reading Bitter Root. It's good.
David
I already
F.
endorsed
Walker.
it on my other show, but I'm going to do it here too.
David F. Walker.
Somebody get David Walker on the phone.
Get him on the phone, man.
Walker on the phone.
All right, so for another week, we have been the Capes.
Ampersand.
The Lunatics.
Yeah. Heck yeah. There were so many Bat books this week. Red Hood was out this week. Well,
It's losing steam. Number 30 is
did you see
losing
it? They showed Artemis and Bizarro for 2 seconds.
steam. Yeah. They're like, we haven't forgot. We're sorry.
They're coming back.
I was so mad they didn't have Bizarro the first issue, man. It's like,
All
don't
right.
tease me with Bizarro.
Join us next time. Everyone.
Have a good night.